Have you ever wondered how the economy affects your purchasing power when it comes to investing in real estate? Well, in today's episode, we're going to talk about exactly that. My name is Giancarlo Carangelo. I'm the host of the Property Venture Podcast, and I'm here once again with my partner, Anthony Lodgia.
Thank you for tuning in to the PVP podcast. As always, we appreciate your support.
Yes. And today we have Gabby B in the studio with us. And Gabby is a professional mortgage specialist at BMO, where she works in financing. And we would also like to introduce her. And so, Gabby, if you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Okay. All right, guys. So, yes, my name is Gabrielle Bucchianico, Giancarlo. He was struggling. For an Italian, he was really struggling.
Yeah.
So I have a wide range of a background. I was a mortgage broker, was a trainer for a long time, had my own business, and then I came with banking, did investments there, and now I am doing lending at BMO, and I'm here to talk about the economy.
Amazing. And we're gonna have fun today. We're gonna mix it up. It's gonna be about financing and fitness, since you have an extensive fitness background. So let's jump into it and talk about a little bit of the economy.
Yeah, let's do that. So right now in the current market, we're seeing a 0.5% rate drop. Mm-hmm. Now, how does this affect the end user?
Yeah. So we want to break it down, right? So the thing that I get a little bit like annoyed of, we'll just be honest, we'll be transparent, is that when the realtors are like going on their Facebook and just reposting, but you can't get Canada, oh my God, the rate drops. Like, okay, we can read, do you understand what that means? Because a lot of people do not understand what it actually means, right? So when the rates drop, like they did now with Bank of Canada, it's not a really good thing for our economy. If we do, like, I'm not going to jump too down like the rabbit hole there, but just to get a little bit of understanding and maybe so people could understand as well, if like right now they did the rate drop, right? Now, because that happened, our dollar dropped. Okay. So our dollar dropped like $1 equals 1.38 now for USD. Okay. So it did a big drop where our unemployment is high. It's at 6.5. Basically, when they try to cut rates is to fight inflation. Obviously, everybody's aware that that's what's going on right now. If you want to kind of have like a semi-understanding or just like to know what to kind of predict about what the mortgage rates will look like in the future, you could take a look at the 5 to 10 year bond yields in Canada, okay? The 5 to 10 year bond yields actually are like, parallel to the interest rates. That's kind of what gauges the interest rates, to be honest. It's a small part. There's a big thing, and I'm keeping it very basic right now for understanding. But yeah, you could go like 5 to 10 year bond yield, and you'll see what the rates are like. So you see right now the rates drop for Canada. The Bank of Canada dropped their rates. You're going to see right now, if I take a look, I looked this morning.
Where can you look?
You can find it like anywhere. I go to Trading Marketing or tradingeconomics.com is like very simple website.
So easy accessible to anyone at home.
Yeah, very, very easy. Or like once I give my stuff, you can reach out to me, guys, and I'll help you.
I think one thing that's interesting is, like when we look at, for example, yesterday's announcement with the rate dropping 0.5%, a lot of people don't understand that this affects your variable mortgage. So the people who have fixed mortgages don't exactly benefit from this rate drop, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So when I'm talking about like the bond yields and stuff, that's primarily on the fixed rates as well. The Bank of Canada definitely controls more the variable rate, of course. But the fixed rates are with the bond yields. Those would kind of like coincide the two together. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I broke a nail, so you might see one of my nails from broken. It's life. But so that's why, so it's just kind of like, that's kind of like a trick. So right now I checked it, the 5-year bond yield this morning, and it's at around 3.2-ish. So it gives you an idea, right, on what to do. My opinion, honestly, would like yes, the rates are going to drop again. December 11th, I'm definitely predicting like a 0.25-ish
Small
drop. Yeah, exactly. But like I said, it's not necessarily good for the economy because then the other commodities come up to kind of fight what we're doing here,
So,
right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're basically saying when the rates do drop, it means there's an underlying problem.
Yeah.
So you're saying
yeah.
there's a recession on the way.
Oh, yes,
Right?
definitely.
That means there are not enough jobs in the economy. Like there's too many vacant jobs, I should say.
Yeah, well, right now, unemployment went up. So it's now at 6.5, like I said earlier. And now, like, when bond yields go up and you're able to purchase them at higher amounts and percentages, like rates, then that means it's a good thing. The economy is like doing well. So they can put that rates like higher up, for the bonds, like when you purchase. But when they decrease the amount, it's not a good thing for the economy,
So like in the last, 5 years almost, we've seen some craziness, since 2020, prices going up, prices going down, inflation, all this stuff. And when it comes to financial fitness, what advice would you give families or individuals, struggling with maintaining their financial health in an economy that fluctuates like this?
Definitely. Well, listen, this is something I actually did with myself, to be honest, because I am someone who likes to spend money.
Don't we?
So you're good for the economy.
So I'm boosting the economy. If you guys want to send me more, so I can keep boosting. I'm just kidding, but yeah, no, I'm someone who definitely loves spending money and like going out and doing stuff. I'm very social. I don't know if you could tell I'm very shy. But yeah, so what I did is basically like if you're somebody that has a paycheck, most people they have a paycheck every 2 weeks. What I did was every month I would sit down and I would have a calendar. I wrote it down like I had a proper calendar and I would write down every day, like what's going where, what are my payments coming out, what are like everything that's basically coming out of my bank account that I need to pay that are absolutes. Then I did my budget for what is like the variable stuff. So your gas, your food, and then you try to see on your bank account, you see how much you spend for food and you kind of try to budget that, what you spend for gas, and you literally have to budget every single thing and keep that in mind when you're out, like when you're out at work, like when you're out grocery shopping or whatever. Tell yourself, okay, I can only spend $100 this week. Keep it to that. Try to keep it to that. And it's actually a lot easier than people realize. I know the prices are high right now, I get that, but there is way. I'm like number one thrifty lady. I go on my Flip app and I will freaking go to the store 3 blocks down if I get like 10 cents off. Like I am like that, and that's it.
I've been using Flip a lot lately, and my new thing is looking for eggs when they're on special. And let me tell you something, when eggs go down to $2.47 a carton, everyone knows. I load my fridge with like 12 cartons. No shame. Everybody who knows me knows I have this thing with eggs on special. So I love that you mentioned
every time. Anthony, go get your eggs right now.
Eggs are on special. Make sure eggs are on special.
Yo, I need that protein in my life,
And I find that interesting as you're talking about spending and budgeting, because let's look at coffee lovers, for example, right?
That's
people
me.
who go to but there's
Pretty much everything is me, actually.
People who buy their coffee at Starbucks, they're addicted to that brand, right? And they spend $5 on coffee, but then there's McDonald's that sells a coffee for $2, right? And these are just like, it sounds so minute, but these are just ways that you could, tighten the budget a little changes you can make that could add up at the end of the month. And then economies, when it fluctuates, inflations and prices, this is how it works. So Gabs, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say no, because, we kept talking about you being kind of a fitness expert as well. So what are the similarities you see between yourself in the finance industry and fitness life?
Yeah, for sure. So honestly, like if you think about it, everything is relative. Every little thing, I'm going to start jumping in that like deep hole again, but to keep it like, for the podcast, everything is pretty much related, right? If you're disciplined, if you can tell yourself like, okay, I'm going to stick to my meal plan this week. I'm sticking to this. This is what I have to do, but I'm going to reward myself on the weekend with like, I'm going to eat all the ice cream. I'm going to have one cheap meal. I'm going to eat it, chips, whatever your thing is, you do it. It's the same thing financially. I mean, listen, I'll even talk about what I did for myself. Okay. I told myself, okay, this week I have to make an X amount of money. That's what I did myself as like a goal. I made it. And I was like, you know what? I did it. So now the gift to myself is I'm going to go get my lips done. So I went to go get my lips a little plumped up. Okay. They have a little bit of a little personality now, you know, they're ready, you know, they're ready. You know? So it's like one thing, you know, for you, you give yourself little goals. So if you like save, let's say you want to save like, I don't know, you're someone who wants to save $500 a month for 3 months or 6 months and you do it, then give yourself a little gift, you know, be like, okay, I'm going to spend on this. I'm going to splurge on this because it's like I'm rewarding myself for the good habits that I'm doing, you know?
So like, let me ask you this, okay? Because as long as I've known you, you've always been fit and you've always been a fitness enthusiast. And it takes a lot of discipline to stay in shape and to meal prep and to stick to that plan and everything. So do you see a correlation between being disciplined in fitness and in business? Do you see do they connect in some way, like discipline wise?
I think the most, like, I mean, from what I've seen or from my experience and from how I look at things, I think that the most experienced and actually successful, like let's say CEOs or managers or whatever, like successful people usually have that type of routine in their whole life. It's not just their discipline with their business or their money, they're disciplined with everything because they kind of all correlate. Don't get me wrong, there's CEOs and there's like managers that are like, you know, they're partying all the time.
Yeah.
They just have good, you know, they have good talk, they have good stuff, you know, but it's not, if I feel like that, it's not long term, you know?
I think it's a mindset.
Yeah.
You know, I think discipline, whether it's in fitness, business, it's definitely a mindset, you know, and I think that, for example, some people go to bed at a certain hour to wake up at a certain hour. And then others will, you know, stay up late and sleep in later. So it all comes down to personality.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, that's it. I mean, start with small things, you know, just like when you're trying to lose weight or, you know, you don't like go extreme right away. You have to, you know, do like, that's it. You start with one thing. Okay, let me start with not having sugar and like Coca-Cola or whatever this week. Or Of course you would. Of course you would.
What, a bag of chips? I love Coca-Cola.
Oh my God. Yo, this guy.
So Gabby, when you meet with people that are in good financial situations and they have their stuff in order, how can you help them? What is your recommendation for them to take their lives even that step further? Yeah,
well, I mean, it depends what their goals are, right? What's their goal? Is their goal for like saving for retirement? Is their goal to buy 50 doors? What's their goal? So depending on what their goal is, then I help them, show them the way, you know? But one thing I'm going to say, guys, actually for anybody, for everybody, definitely make sure that you have a diversified portfolio of investments in your stocks and really look into it. This is something I recently started really doing, to be honest. Like, I'm not an expert or anything like that, but I'm telling you, when you diversify and put your money not just in the banks, because, you know, this is lended money. They take your money, they lend it out and stuff. So, you know, have some in the bank for sure, but make sure that you have diversified in stocks. You know, you could have like, there's crazy apps now, like Wealthsimple and stuff. You know, so.
And as the saying goes, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
No, don't. Have a couple of them, couple cool colors.
Yeah, because even for stocks, apparently, I don't know much about stocks. It's not my thing, but I know there's like baskets that you could buy that have a little bit
like ETFs, there's like different ETF portfolios.
Yeah, that have a little bit of each stock, you know, and I think that's very interesting because even when it comes to investing in real estate, guys, you know, if the market has taught us anything in the last 5 years, it's diversify your real estate portfolio. You know, we saw what happened to condos during COVID, you know, and we saw what happened to multifamily properties during COVID, right? So during COVID, for example, you know, the value of condos went down and people buying less and less condos, especially after, whereas multifamily skyrocketed.
And homes, they skyrocketed.
And homes, yes. So diversification is key.
Yeah, because what if one crashes, you know, like what if you're, you know what I mean? Like it's not the best thing.
You know, when I look at diversification, what I'm telling myself is, do I own property? Yes. Do you own stocks? Yes. Do you own bonds? Yes. That's diversification for me. So, and then when you look into stocks, you decide, okay, what type of different industries do I want to invest in? There are ETFs, there are indexes, like you know, there's a ton to know.
There's so much to know. Like, it's actually crazy. It's like, if you want to deep dive a little bit, even ETF sometimes, like, you know, let's say you have mutual funds with your bank, that's usually what they give you. They give you a portfolio that's diversified with different kind of stocks in there, with different like companies, etc. The only thing that's like, I'll say the negative part of that is that if one of those is really crashing, you won't know, because the other rest of that portfolio is keeping it up, like it's keeping it higher, you know? So if you do want to really get into stocks and stuff. Anyways, you know where you guys should actually look at? Okay, I'm talking so much about this. Like, I'm sorry, I like deep dive really hard. So stuff I love. But if you search up Mike Maloney, and he has like all these episodes, and it's basically like, where does money come from? And it really starts and it explains everything, like from A to Z, and like it will blow your mind.
Mike Maloney. We're going to check that
Mike Maloney, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, like, if you don't know where to get started, Warren Buffett says it best. Invest in America.
Yeah.
Invest in the S&P 500.
Yeah.
You know, it goes up 7% every year. That's safe money right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, Gabby, you know, let's talk a little bit about, you know, like finance goals and fitness goals, and tell us a little bit about, you know, both of them take commitment, right? So how would you recommend people stay focused and invested where it comes to even just investing and in real estate or fitness when things get, you know, when progress gets slow?
Yeah.
Right?
I think in general, it's really good to do. It's always set like little mini goals. So you have your big goals that you want to reach like every 6 months or whatever, every 9 months, every 12 months, every 2 years, whatever, you put those big goals. But to have like kind of micro goals is actually a good thing to do. Like, just like I said, like if you do, like I was talking about before, like, oh, okay, I did this much this week, I'm going to treat myself, stuff like that. Those things work because that makes you look, you're looking forward to something soon and not so far away, and you don't think it's like impossible, you know?
Yeah, I like that you mentioned that, because, you know, people often when they write down their plans and goals, what they do is they write down the big picture, but you fail to realize sometimes that there's small action steps that lead you to your big picture. You know, like you're climbing a ladder, to get to the top, you need to go step by step, right? And goals is the same exact way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, same exact way. So.
Exactly. Plus, it gives you something to look forward to and excited about. Like, we like to work hard and we like to have our long-term goals, but we also, you know, like to have fun. People like to have fun, you know, everyone likes to enjoy life. We don't want to be like a zombie, like, you know?
For sure. And it's interesting that you mentioned fun, because the next batch of questions is more fun-related questions. Yes. And you know, you leaned into it with the work. So, I mean, let me ask you this, okay? What fitness tips would you give someone who works in an office all day, whose movement might be minimal?
Yeah.
Because we've all worked in offices.
Yeah.
And, you know,
How do you motivated? How do you...
Yeah. And like, you know, someone who has a desk-heavy job, you know, what are some tips you'd give them?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm kind of experienced, you know, I work like at home a lot, so I get it. My tip is like, either if you do go to the gym, go in the morning, or go at lunch if you can. If not, honestly, go for a walk in the morning. Get your mind, you know, this is going to sound really corny, like David Goggins vibes, but yo, I'm telling you.
Carry the boats.
Yeah. Yo, who's gonna... But I swear it works when you go and you like listen to morning affirmations. And like, to be honest, like the last like 2 weeks, like, you know, I'm very bubbly and stuff, but I've been like going through it. I've been going through so much stuff. And what I've been doing every morning is like, doing the morning affirmations. I wake up, I'm like, I'm amazing.
Well, because what we you know have in our mind is what we transmit to our lives, right? So if we're thinking positively and we have that positive energy, we're gonna have a positive day, you know. And even if something negative happens in the day, we have a positive mindset going into it. And same works for negativity, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Interesting that you say that. You know, I've been trying to get into that more.
I'm telling you, I'm not trying to preach or anything or be like, guys, follow my AMSMR. What is it called there? SMR? What is it there? Oh, it's good. Whatever.
AMSR, yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely it works for me. I do like my gratitude journal in the morning, and I got into a little bit more spiritualness. So I like pray at night and stuff, and I feel so good after I pray. It's crazy. I never ever been religious in my life, and I just started doing it, and like you feel cleansed. It's like, I don't know, Try it out. Why? You have nothing to lose. If you don't like it, find something else, but it helps. It helps,
Well,
especially a mental toughness. But that's it. And listen, the economy has been hard for everybody, so, and that gets you mentally like really intense. Like you're stressed, your shoulders are like, your body is stressed. So if you just take a minute, like appreciate yourself,
And you feel stress in the body.
You
feel stress in the body.
Especially at our age.
Especially at our age. Thanks for reminding me.
Your age.
Yeah.
I'm only 19. I'm only 19.
Our age.
So what advice do you have for fitness lovers? If we want to really invest in their health, they don't want to break the bank. I know you mentioned walking, but is there any kind of investment that they can make in themselves or equipment they could buy? What is something that you recommend?
Yeah, definitely. I think, honestly, first of all, walking is underrated. Okay. I lost a lot of weight just by walking for like 4 or 5 hours a day. That's all I did in the summer. I was just like enjoying like my life and like taking the beam like of the sun. It's really underrated and it doesn't hurt and it's peaceful and it's nice. But obviously 4 to 5 hours a day is a little bit excessive. I was maybe a little bit dramatic there, but honestly, you could buy it. Like the most important thing, to be honest, for your health is the food you eat and what you eat and how you eat. I would definitely say like just try to get on track with like always having protein every meal and have your carbs after your workout.
Healthy carbs.
Complex carbs.
Not deep fried onion.
No processed food.
No processed
no
foods.
bread,
None of the fun stuff. None of the fun stuff, guys.
None of the it's potatoes, patats. Patats are so good. I love patats. Mashed potatoes.
Well, Gabs, it was really awesome having you here, and for our listeners, who want to get in touch with you for financing or fitness, where could they reach you? Now's the time.
So you can find me on Instagram, Mortgages by Gabs with a Z, or Gains Gabby with a Z, Gains with a Z, Gabby for my fitness. If not, you can find me on Facebook. On Facebook at Gabrielle Bucchianico Mortgages, or just go to Giancarlo's and look up funny crazy lady. Funny crazy lady.
Gabby, it was really great having you.
It was a fun episode. Fun episode.
And for those listening that aren't already, but please follow us, like, subscribe. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Apple,
Spotify. And we drop episodes every week, guys. So be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Until next time.
Thank you.